I'm gonna start with R&B because that's your genre.
Right.
Do you go back and listen to R&B like that was before your time?
Oh yeah.
Or do you just listen to what's currently out
It's a mixture of both, but mainly I go back and listen to the old stuff for sure. Cause I like back then it was a different vibe than now. It ain't, now it's just,
there? I mean, to be honest with you, if anybody was young and trying to get involved in music, one of the things that I would do is have them understand what music, the start of music.
mm-hmm.
In particular, we're talking about R&B.
Right.
R&B started in the 1940s. From the 40s to the 60s, it went from something that you could see at your local nightclub,
Mm-hmm.
and then the technology coming about to where you could actually record them.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, from the 70s to the 80s, they consider that the golden era of R&B because the 70s, every era laid the foundation for the next era to come
Mm-hmm.
through. But in the 70s is when you seen that burst of soul. You seen Parliament Funkadelic. You seen Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah.
You seen all these great R&B acts, singers, both men and women.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 80s, you seen the rise of that with artists like Whitney Houston,
Right.
Michael Jackson,
Right.
Prince. You know what I'm saying? These people swept award shows when they shit came out.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't go nowhere without hearing that shit. That shit was everywhere. And then comes my favorite era, the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And when you talk about the 90s, it started off, you have the semblance of what traditional R&B was, but R&B was changing because, like Teddy Riley, for instance.
Yeah.
I use Teddy Riley because he's a great producer and he was one of the first to mix hip hop and R&B.
And R&B, right.
Now, out of that was late 80s going into the 90s. Now, when you get to the 90s, you have Jodeci,
Mm-hmm.
who pretty much their look was like a rap group, but they were R&B group.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige was the queen of hip hop soul.
That's my girl right there.
Because she sang over the beats that niggas would have rapped on.
Mm-hmm.
And then we keep going, you know what I'm saying? You got R. Kelly, you got, there was so many people that came out of that.
What's my boy name? He sings Stutter.
Ruben Studdard.
The one that
Stutter. You talking about Joe?
Joe. Him.
Joe came out of the 90s class because he when he started off, he was, it was like shit. It was like pretty much like a rat race because there was so many. But he came out like, I want to say 93, 94. But when his record started hitting, probably was maybe like 95, 96.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, he was just consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had John B.
Yeah.
Who was
that's my boy.
Founded by Babyface. Another
good, great,
iconic R&B artist and producer. John B came through and, when I first saw his video, I was like, I don't know how people gonna take this because this is a white dude.
Mm-hmm.
But then
loved it.
But they ate it up.
Yeah.
They loved it. And the shit was and it really wasn't about his skin tone, it was about his music, about his voice. And then when he, to me what sealed his deal is when he did the record with the greatest rapper of all time, Tupac Shakur.
Mm-hmm.
When that happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, that's one John B record that I'm going to play
forever.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And then when you get to the 2000s, you got...
So that's kind of like my era there. You got... Who we had? We had Omarion. You had Mario.
Well, before they were solo, It was B2K.
It was B2K, yeah.
You had Aaliyah, rest in peace.
Aaliyah.
You had TLC still doing their thing until Left Eye passed. You also had the introduction of Alicia Keys.
Right. You had Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child, and then the introduction of Beyonce and Kelly as solo artists. You also had Neo Soul. I cannot leave out Neo Soul.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm gonna start with to me the first Neo Soul artist that in my mind, D'Angelo. Then Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, India Ari, Bilal. It's so many artists that fall under this banner.
We had some.
We talking about R&B from damn 25 years ago. Hey, that shit was serious, man.
Had some.
Like I understand why children were being made because hey,
look,
that music was Hey, Jagged Edge. I don't want to leave nobody out. Jagged Edge.
Everybody know one Jagged Edge song, and that's that Let's Get Married.
Nah, that's probably their most popular.
Yeah. But
it ain't my favorite.
If you ask somebody the name of Jagged Edge song, that's the first song they gonna say. Nobody think of where the party at. You don't have what's my other song they were singing?
Oh man, my joint my second favorite joint from them is Promise.
That's what I was thinking of.
You know what I'm saying? But my favorite song of theirs is Put a Little Umph in It.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. When they made that motherfucker, I said, ooh, shit.
You had them, you had
hey, even Pretty Ricky was jamming.
Oh yeah.
Even fucking Pretty Ricky, their second album. I'm sorry.
That Hotline and all that.
I'm sorry. They was jamming, man.
You had You had 112. You had Trey Songz. Who else we had?
Chris Brown came in the door like right before him. You still had Usher out there.
Yeah, Usher was still Usher was. I'm talking about killing still. We talking about.
I'm gonna tell you when I first
Confessions. Yeah,
I was a bootlegger selling music when Confessions came out.
Man,
and I had Confessions a week before it dropped in the store. Because it would just so happen that a lot of times I would get music before it hit the store. So I'm listening to it for the first time and I'm saying to myself, this shit finna sell.
Man, he got some hits.
Because I'm listening to it, I'm like, I listened to it all the way through one time.
He got some hits.
And I said, yeah, you finna sell. Now, did I think he was gonna sell 1.7 the first week? Nah, I knew it was gonna sell though, because I'm listening to it. I'm like, they finna eat this shit
We
up.
talking about a album that you not skipping, not one song is being skipped. We talking about,
and that motherfucker had 17 songs on it. 17, and I let that shit play, and I did not touch it, and I was like, yeah, this boy got him one. He finna sell.
See, that's the thing I like about back then versus now. Now. Back then, it was hard to find a song you didn't like. It was hard to, I don't like this song, I'm gonna skip. It wasn't no skipping songs back then because you liked every song that was on the project. Now, you be surprised. People skip probably like two. I don't like this song. This song kind of it ain't the. Back then, music was top tier. Now, nah.